The future viability of speaker programs we think is still alive and well. What we do see, though, is that Speakers Bureau is being used for launch tactics and basically line extensions. So we're seeing multiple use in the primary care space, being used significantly, to really educate physicians about the product. In the specialty space in particular, we're seeing it being used really as a launch tactic and then line extensions. But the viability really has to do with content. Content is key for Speakers Bureau and increasing engagement. What we've learned is that physicians no longer want to see sort of what's equivalent to a detail aid on a slide deck. They want smaller group, engaging scientific discussions. So really focusing on that content to keep the viability of Speakers Bureau alive will be critical, and to increase engagement with physicians, because essentially they're interested if the content is interesting. VR and AR are the latest technologies in regards to applying it to content. And what we're seeing on the medical communications side is virtual reality can actually be used in a speaker program to really help HCPs understand mechanisms of disease and mechanisms of action. But broader than that, we're seeing its use, at congresses and booths, and giving physicians the opportunity to really experience the mechanism of the disease, as I said, and the mechanism of action. AR, in terms of gaming technology, is probably the most exciting. There's opportunities to really leverage digital learning using AR and helping physicians learn more around specific disease states. There are a number of companies actually that have started up recently leveraging AR in gaming, and we're real excited to explore it. The additional opportunities with augmenting Speakers Bureau are twofold. Content is key. So what we know is that, coming up with ways in which to further engage physicians is critical to advancing Speakers Bureau in its current state, meaning live peer-to-peer engagement. But further to that, there's other opportunities as well in terms of live peer-to-peer engagement, leveraging over-the-top transmission, which we know is Netflix, and really creating a newer experience where physicians have the opportunity to be live at one location as if they're in a studio, but they're live at an event, and it's broadcasted out to multiple events, and giving physicians the opportunity to text in their answers and to engage with other physicians. It's very exciting, great way to extend reach, great way to really enhance that engagement virtually. The latest technology, though, and I think the most exciting, is artificial intelligence. How do we apply artificial intelligence to Speakers Bureau? Well, what we see is that artificial intelligence is being used today for clinical decision making. So we're seeing health systems applying artificial intelligence. We're seeing pharmaceutical companies apply it in terms of drug discovery. But where does it work for medical education? Well, what we see is an opportunity to leverage artificial intelligence in the clinical decision making process at the point of care, wherein you're engaging HCPs digitally to learn visually with video-based content, and asking Watson specific questions about the disease state, specific questions about the content, and it's regulated and curated content. So we see this as a terrific opportunity. We're actually currently exploring its utility, and we see that this will become the future.